Recording is on.
Great. Very good session with Luisa. Joyce as well. Joyce has some English for me. Feeling a bit better.
Looks like Joyce jumped on.
Joyce is here?
Yes.
So these are buddy team. These are buddy team notes. So I mean, we're skipping check-ins, or just go straight to the topics.
Yeah, because ACU, from our understanding, is work session, buddy team format, but it's open to anybody. Then if we're too many,
I don't remember ever making any decision on that.
Yeah, exactly. We should make clarity. We should make clarity on that. I agree.
I would always recommend
So it
membership. Joyce?
It should be main session notes, Jay.
Well, it's something we can talk about. Like I would always recommend for like a membership, decision-making space that you use main session notes, but like whatever's fine, whatever we want to do.
Yeah, anyway, we want to do the scheduling, so we can do scheduling and also maybe framework.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
Did you hear the rhythm now?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes. Perfect. Thank you.
So what do you have to do? You just have to set the recording first and then the rhythm, or what?
Yeah, I cannot have my headphones on, but if I don't have my headphones, now I have this Bluetooth speaker, which is good. And so if I start the recording first and then I share audio, it works. Yeah. So I'm recording again. I recorded before, 7 seconds.
Cool.
So guys, can I speak as first practitioner here?
Always.
I have the urge to start this documentation. Like
yes, I think we should definitely
right. Yeah, I feel the urge, really.
Yes. So why don't we just cover the ACU schedule real quick and setup, and then jump right into the ACU practice documentations, right?
Okay. Schedule and process. Then, I mean, there is something very important because we want to do the. I don't know if you saw this, but I mean, this is. I showed it yesterday, I think, for the AI. For example, the AI. So the event. I created the plan for the event, but the part that is specifically SVG, which is the assessment, right? And so the event, there is this is going to be like right before doing the I call it evanescent proposal annunciation, because I want to do like only 3 days where we send out the possibility to buy the tickets. Only 3 days or maybe 7. I don't know. We'll see. But the point is that these are gonna. Sorry, I made a mistake. I'm gonna do this. I want to do this, right? It's gonna be the last thing that we're gonna publish.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Sorry, this is just the 13 that was in the middle. Yeah, yes. Anyways, so there is 3 very clear snippets, excerpt excerpt, variety, exhibition. Right? One is the build power up, 12 minutes resort, where basically you make everything flow, right? You massage your body, you take a good posture, everything crocks until nothing crocks, and you're just flowing, right? You start feeling everything. Then you start boosting, like max power boost. Start boosting the power, which is the breathing, right? The breathing, 9 minutes and 33. And then I call it triple power down, right? To Dragon Ball. So what's very important here is that we want to make sure we have a framework that nobody can say that these are manipulated. Framework with light and everything, that nobody can say that these are manipulated content. Oh, one second. Ma ninguém te leva para casa? Não tem ninguém? Como é? Vai andar? Pega um Uber. Com certeza? Não, é perigoso. Pega um Uber, por favor, Nilma. Dai, por favor. Dai. Vai, ok. Sorry. So yes, so this is obviously, but what's important, I think we should start thinking, if we have time after review up, about the setup of the... Ciao Nilma, muchísimo obrigado. Amanhã você vem? Amanhã você vem? Viu, obrigado. Setup of excerpts, right? Setup of excerpts, like, I don't know how you say it, studio. Studio. Yeah, so if we have time, maybe just we go over, but I mean, that's not, it's not urgent. Just think about it, right? Okay, sorry guys, I went into anything because I can't wait to do this 3 minutes.
Look, Luisa's here.
Ah, Luisa.
Hi.
Wow. Yeah.
Hello.
I was talking about the... Yeah.
Hey, Luisa, have you been involved in ACU?
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
I invited her in the wrap-up.
Cool. Very quick stretch.
I invited her in the wrap-up, Jay, because I let myself a little bit go, and so I don't know if maybe she got a bit scared, you know, you know me. So I said, "But please, Luisa, don't trust me. So come to ACU and see by yourself."
I thought that everybody was invited. I just was not. I didn't know that Luisa was interested. Cool.
Everybody is invited, but Ate should take the invitation, right? So I was in the wrap-up. Everybody is invited, absolutely. Everybody.
So should we do the topics or what? Do we like these two topics or what? Or do we want to do something time?
Yes, Luisa, we are in focus and topics, okay?
Okay.
We are, yeah, so we are prioritizing the schedule and the setup of the process for this session, and then I feel the urge to start really documenting the practice, and then with time we do this setup of the Exert Studio, because before we start selling the tickets, my idea is that we release 3 snippets that show like the climax of the practice, which is the build power up, max power boost, triple power down. Anyways, yes, I have no objections on the topics. Ready to
Me either.
start. topic 1. So,
Like someone already made the sheet.
yes, do we have the right format? Yes, great, Jay. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna delete this topic 1. I'm gonna delete it
Why?
because it's not the format.
Oh,
Anything has the format. I'm gonna duplicate anything and make it topic 1. Seems to have the format. Topic 1. Okay.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Did you hear it, Luisa, now?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. So, I mean, I think that if I may start, it was very synchronicity because when I was ACU was not an organization yet, and I was still setting it up. It made perfectly sense to have ACU within the Vortex schedule, right? And I demanded to add the 3 sessions. Otherwise, it was a deal breaker basically for me. That I didn't want to take away time from what they were doing. But then, without noticing, we cut to 12 now. And ACU was one of that, which makes perfect sense because now ACU is independent, it's an organization, and should have its own weekly session with its own process that we know that the intention is to be more possible similar to the processes under the co-op core team, but with some differences. It's something different in organization like that. So I think it was very synchronous. I don't know, synchronous.
cool. So I mean, basically, the options are obviously option 1. You know, keep on Friday, Saturday, within Vortex team schedule, right? And then the option 2, and this would involve option 2 is keep on Friday, Saturday outside Vortex team schedule. So this would be, you know,
What do you mean by outside?
What?
You mean when you say within the Vortex schedule, you mean that it can be only a topic ACU if we have other things to prioritize. But option 2 is like ACU sessions.
We have the Friday, Saturday schedule already.
Yeah, I mean, to me, what's important is that ACU has its own process, which is different, and its own format, framework. I mean, we can have ACU topics for SVG to I don't know, the invoicing, these kind of things for sure. But the ACU
Time
session
for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
with its own kind of framework, in my opinion. I think that it should subcontracting. Absolutely, yeah, it should.
It should what?
ACU should subcontract.
Let me quite understand. All right, cool. So the only issues and considerations is really just like the subcontracting thing. I think it all works out perfectly fine, but basically, you know, any SDG worker, right? Any SDG worker assigned to do EU output, right?
Yeah.
Would be would be required to work doing vortex session and optional to come to ACU open session, right?
And to me, what's important is that the work within ACU should not have the 1.5 hours policy.
What does
That's
that
what's
mean? 1.5 hour policy.
It means that if you work on ACU, like this session is going to be 3 hours, everybody who's SVG, right, you guys should be paid 3 hours, right? That's it.
I mean, we can have multiple responsibilities, but that's the internal policy, right? So we obviously charge ACU for all of the time that we work, right? But in our internal policy, that we are encouraging our workers to make sure that they're working on many different priorities over the week, right? As opposed to just one, right? And so a worker is required to achieve multiple different work schedules on different priorities in order to get all of their work hours. So we can give everybody two, ACU responsibilities, which would be 3 hours a week if we want to. It's fine.
Yeah, I think exactly. Maybe it's anymore, because
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So the event is the 29th of September. So we want to make sure that everybody is motivated, have a little bit of extra motivation to put some more effort. I'm putting a lot of effort, but we need everybody to put some more effort. And especially, I mean, you want to be recognized. Like, for example, you do 70% of the work, right? It should be compensated, right? Accordingly, or maybe, I mean, I think 3 hours makes sense. We can have a 3 hours policy for ACU work. 3 hours per week.
Again, going back to the subcontracting, so ACU can subcontract anyone, and this is the other issue in relationship to going to external meetings. Certain types of external relationships with sessions outside of FQV, FQN, right, or SB.
Jay's echoing.
Right? Does that make sense?
I didn't get you, Jay. The communication got cut.
Joyce, can you say something? You want to go first?
I think
We can
you
hear you,
got
Joyce.
echoing, or am I the one? Hello?
We can hear you,
Are
Joyce.
you echoing? Yes. Are you echoing, or am I the one having echoes?
As well.
I couldn't hear Jay.
Me?
It was cut all the time.
So Jay has a problem?
No, we could hear Jay. I think it's Alberto's speakers, maybe Alberto's connection. Like I could hear Jay and Alberto's, speaker.
So, Jay, let me be super honest here. Right? Jay, can you hear me?
Is Jay here?
Yeah,
Jay,
meeting.
yeah. My main goal for the event is to meet you in person. Right?
So be what?
To meet you in person, to have you at the event. And the event can happen only the 29th at full moon. If it doesn't happen, we move forward. Right? So,
Okay.
we want to
So,
make sure that
the organization can certainly propose and vote whatever you want. You have your own personal interests and goals. But I think we should focus on
Time
the
to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
obviously meet the whole team and everything in real person, but the point is that this is the simplification of saying that the event, we want to make sure it's successful. And I have invitations to the event. sale of the tickets is going to be very limited. The days. So I was thinking about this whole plan that I made. I can copy and paste it, but it's better if you come to the spreadsheet, guys. I calculated 333, right? We want to have 3 days for the I-18. So we want to have 3 days for the advertisement. 3 days. I call it attract, scrutinize, filter, corroborate, validate, authenticate. So we want to do a vetting of the persons. So they buy the ticket, but obviously I would like. So the point is this: there's going to be the advertisement is going to be 3 days. Right? The sale of the ticket is going to be only 3 days available. The way that I want. Then we're going to have 3 days where we see the person. We're going to send maybe a questionnaire, and we see who they are. Right. So like I see if it's flowing or it's not flowing, and then we will give them the culminating pass transposition is. I was thinking about creating a token, an admission token configuration, if it's possible, right? So they would get a token that we created, and this means that you are one of the people that has been accepted to participate, right? So we're gonna hire. I found this archipelago. It's Fernando di Noronha archipelago. It's 21 islands that you can rent for 3 days, right? 3 days. And so I think it was very cool to do it with the tokens and everything. And yeah, I mean, the event is taking naturally taking a lot of space because I mean, I think it's going to be very successful. To me, successful would mean that the event has enough, has accumulated enough cash flow to have, because the way that I would limit it is 69 paying participants, 3 invitees that we need to think who we want, and then 5, which is Jay, Ate, Joyce, Mel, and myself. So these 5 people should be able to come without spending a dime. That's what means success.
So, a couple things. One, I feel like you're talking about the event as opposed to our weekly schedule. 2, I feel like, these are a lot of proposals that, are need to be proposed, and that they're not part of the practice, right? It's part of the actual administration of the event, and the actual, functioning of the organization, right? So, as long as we're on the same page on that.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of things to discuss. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So we can certainly put the event as another topic. Well, you do have event coordination and planning here already. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I mean, do you want to switch topics and go to the event and have a discussion about it, or?
No, I mean, let's forward with the schedule. I mean, to me, it's always 3 components. Right? First, schedule withdrawal. Second, a proposal on the difference that we have here. We would have the main session template with the policy on the template that we have on the topics template that we have approved, but we do work. But since it's an open session, we use the session as a work session, right? And third is that it would be its own session, meaning that we can. It's always scheduled. Doesn't matter if I'm there or not there. It's scheduled, and we can change the schedule only within the session.
I mean, for me, that's just automatic, but in the context of of just like making sure we're on the same page here. ACU sessions being separate from the vortex mean that it's its own thing, right? And SVG can coordinate its own workers and do its own time scheduling, do its own documentation coordinations, work time tracking. All that stuff is separate and within SVG, right? Again, so
That's
you
why
know, for
the
now,
three
I think
hours.
it's fine to say like anyone can come to the open session who wants to do that, as long as they're not taking on
End
additional.
of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
That the ACU session is about the practice, right? So it's about the practice. Why my intention, that's why I said the 3 hours or even more, or the subcontracting, because there should be SVG work all around, right? Otherwise, we're never gonna meet the goal of the event. To me, the event is becoming very important for first of all to get my $13,125 back. I would like to see again. But the point is that to me it would be a success if we don't raise enough money to rent the island, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to release what I want to release, and everybody that's going to be there. Also, should be 3 days event, right? So the island.
So we talked about this at the very beginning, that there's a huge difference between a retreat and a session. And you said,
Retreat.
oh, it's a session, it's a session, it's a session, it's not a retreat. And I was like, oh, it sounds like a retreat. It sounds like, no, it's a session. So I just want to make sure it's very clear that you are obviously going towards doing a retreat as opposed to a session.
Well, the retreat starts with the session. Everybody gets together and the session starts. Then I believe the 3 days.
If it's a retreat, it's a retreat. But you said before, quote, everyone's responsible to getting to the session on their own. Everything before and after the 3 hours and 33 minutes and 33 seconds is irrelevant. All that matters is the session of 3 hours and 33 seconds. So that's what you said.
Yes, that's the practice. But then there is the evaluation and assessment that I believe is going to take 3 days. We need to take the time to do the evaluation and assessment. That's why.
Okay, but that's a separate thing, right? And that's
everybody can go leave and go.
And either way, I still feel like this is more of a discussion for the event as opposed to the schedule. So if we want to switch to just talking about the event, I have no problem with that. Let's actually do a deep dive on the event and start analyzing everything. So no problem with that.
Let's stay on the schedule, because what you said, I mean, that's it should happen. SVG should be working outside of the sessions all the time. So
what does that mean, that SVG should be working outside of the session? I mean, just scheduling one-time sessions. Scheduling one-time sessions, there's still SVG sessions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but during a session, there's a lot of work that is tasks, assigned work that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that if you
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
What I'm saying is that if ACU wants its own workers, it needs to subcontract them and hire them directly. That is how subcontracting works. And then you oversee their own schedules, their own time, their own assignments, right? That's what subcontracting is. That's what having your own workers are, right? So in the context of SVG and FQN policies and everything, we're not discussing changing stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like I don't like you bringing up.
I'm relating to what you said. What you said. You said your words. You understand, Alberto, that there is a review session that SVG can still prioritize SU in any other session of the work. That you said, yeah. Right.
Yeah, and any worker who wants to work on ACU is not required to come to the open session and can do work for ACU during a normal work session, either one-time scheduled or a regular scheduled session. That is obviously a must, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying in terms of option. This would be option 2.
Yeah, everybody's free to do whatever they want.
So in order for ACU to control the work hours and the work time and the work schedules and the work everything, that would be a subcontracting of the work. That makes sense. This is very different. I just want to make sure you understand what you're asking in terms of like changing
But that's
policies.
ACU.
Had multiple responsibilities each worker, and I'm happy to make that a topic. Or we can talk about that another time. That would be related to work hour tracking.
We can have like we have with the taxes, right? With the taxes, we have the time hours bonuses, right? So we could have that same model that would be in line with the.
Yeah, we can make sure that each worker has responsibilities related to.
Yeah. I know. ECU at the moment does not have the structure, nor the capacity, nor the focus, nor the resources to have its own workers. Also. That's why we hired because we are ECU. We hired SVG to do all the work.
I know, but that's why we're still going to stick to the SDGs.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
I think we're just getting from your speakers.
From my speakers, let me put it more down. Maybe it's too hard.
All right, so I think we're all and all we have to do is just finalize the proposal, and if we're all in agreement that SCG workers can have 2 to 3 ACU responsibilities, that it has to be very, very clear that if SCG workers go to an ACU section and it goes over an hour and a half, they can check out and move on if they want to. Like, they're not required to be there for hours. That's simply not under any policy. Okay.
So I'm writing the proposal. Can you help me, please, Jay? So the proposal is to keep Friday, Saturday, Andromeda H2 as ACU open work section.
Well, no, we have 2 options. We should vote on the options and then see what the team wants to do.
All right. Okay. 2 options. Let me take
So
this away here.
2 options down here to the bottom. So I'll go down to line 65.
Put the names here on the right.
What? Yeah.
Put the names on the right.
Yeah. So if we just go ahead and link the team schedule.
Yeah. Can somebody do it?
Yes, I'm linking.
You'll see that we have 2 client work sessions during Andromeda. Okay. So there's Monday, Tuesday, Andromeda Hour 2 is currently the executive full trajectory ACU. And so that's one. And then the other one is Friday, Saturday. And this is the main ACU that we've been doing every week. Okay, so basically under our new policy that every single opt-in only has 3 regularly scheduled sessions.
Yes.
We have to get rid of one of the client sessions. So we either have to get rid of.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
We either have to get rid of Monday, Tuesday, and keep Friday, Saturday, in which case that would be option 1. And that would make the ACU session
I would object.
within the vortex.
I would
And then
strongly
option
object.
2. What? You object to the option?
Option 1, I would object. Object.
Okay, but everyone can just vote, right?
That is
You're not-
way more important, in my opinion, my observation, than ACU. I would object.
Okay, but we can still vote on it, right?
Oh yeah, of course we can vote on it. About 1 point. So you're saying that option 1 is get rid of absolutely. Start with finite to have.
Obviously, we would move executive support or whatever, but and then and we can also schedule one-time sessions. And then we would keep the option 2 is keeping Friday, Saturday in schedule. Option number 2 would be to have Friday, Saturday for ACU outside of the board schedule, and then keep Monday, Tuesday, Andromeda Hour 2 inside the board schedule. And this would be for executive, right? So did everyone
Can I ask
understand
a
that?
question?
Yeah.
ACU is not an internal client.
It doesn't matter if it's a client. Clients are clients.
Okay.
I mean, I would argue that ACU is an internal client because the client is that all our sessions. I mean, for me, that's kind of like the definition of an internal client, that you are here working as part of the team. So it's kind of like an internal, it's part of our network, right? In terms of.
Yeah, but I don't feel it as I was feeling much more internal when we were still working the startup. As soon as ACU became its own organization and entity that is okay, it's under the umbrella of them, but it makes sense that it has its own policies, right? It just makes sense. So I don't feel that ACU is internal, right? Like Jurasan. Jurasan is foundation.
Yeah, well,
So,
foundational
to me,
versus
that's
internal. Anyways, it's just a scheduled vote. Let's just do this and move on. Like, I just don't see why I would worry about it. Like, I mean,
I'm very worried.
Time to stretch. Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Sure.
Like, in my mind, this entire topic should have taken like 4 or 5 minutes. I mean, I don't understand what you're worried about.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I just don't understand what's going on at all. Like,
Let's move forward.
it's just there's like literally nothing special about this. Make a decision, get the schedule, move forward.
Yes, let's do that. Luisa, are you here? Are you voting?
Yes, sir.
So I'm just gonna vote 7 on both of them. Like,
Right. Do you understand the options, Luisa?
And I mean, the only other thing applicable here to understand is that in option 2, F2N policy.
Alberto, can you turn off your? There's a call.
There is noise coming from me. Let me mute my.
I don't know who's which one. I think from. Okay, Jay, it's okay now, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the only other thing to consider is simply that within option 2, the FCAM policies do not apply to ACU, since the ACU session would be outside of FQN, right? It would be of the Vortex team schedule, right? So because it's its own organization, it would have its own separate policies. Well, yeah. So anyways, I think we're good here, right? So
I think we can go to the next topic. Yes, we're in agreement that.
Proposal.
Let's do the proposal.
To keep the Friday, Saturday. So are there any questions? So the proposal is to keep the Friday, Saturday, and then keep Monday Andromeda inside the Vortex schedule, and we just move forward like that. So are there any questions on the proposal?
No.
Are there any concerns?
So,
No.
sorry. I have some questions.
Okay.
So you said obviously what about the FQN policy? The policy do not apply to ACU open session, but there's still a guideline. And also I remember that I don't know if you want to make a detail, but one of the framework is the
Time to pause.
facilitation.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Say again, what?
I don't know, maybe there can be another, but you just said, oh, we're wasting all this my time. I remember we had intention for the ACU main session to use the facilitation stick in combination with the rhythm. So everybody has 3 minutes, and then is the next person, and then next and next, and we go around.
Okay, but I mean, it was never voted on or anything like that. That's just a suggestion that you made.
No, exactly. That's why I was thinking about it to include it maybe in this proposal, since we are saying that.
I mean, it seems like it's not a scheduling proposal. That would be a real-time session policy proposal.
Okay.
So, anyways, I'm just making it clear that any SVG SQN worker, can leave after 1.5 hours, etc. Cool. So, proposal to keep Friday, Saturday outside Vortex for ACU. So keep Friday, Saturday outside Vortex team schedule for ACU open session, right? For ACU open session. Cool. And then the only detail that I noted before is that just SVG workers assigned to ACU output and responsibilities would be required to work during the would not be required to work during the. Oh, okay. So let me just make sure. So any SVG worker would be optional to come to ACU open sessions as long as they are not taking on additional responsibility. Okay.
Yeah.
Any SVD worker can leave after 1.5 hours later and cool. That's just getting a little clarity there. All right. Any other questions?
The question is this, just to make clarity in the proposal, is that ACU session happens regardless, is scheduled regardless of who is checking in or it's showing up or it's scheduled.
It cannot be. I mean, this is just a detail, right? So it cannot be canceled without real-time session, right?
Yeah.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready.
Forever.
Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
It's amazing.
Okay. So any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So within the ACU session, I am obviously the first practitioner. My question is, can I demand, because I mean the goal is to document the practice. Can I demand until the goal is not even though I'm the first practitioner, but ACU is ACU, I understand. But within the sessions, we're focusing now on my practice. Can I demand that some temporary processes, policies are adopted because I know that they would flow well for us to move forward efficiently to accomplish our goals, or it's always ACU decision-making structure
I mean,
that decide.
ACU can have whatever, can make any decision it wants to, right? So ACU can make any decision it wants to, including giving, practitioners more power, whatever. So as of now, my understanding is that the practitioners only have the power to document the practice, and that's it. There's no additional powers for practitioners that I know about.
Can I make an example?
Sure, but again, just to give you an example, within FQN, I have no ability to demand any policy. Every policy has to be done differently.
What I'm making an example is a question.
Yeah.
Right? For example, if I feel, it's for practitioner because I go with the guts, right? Especially in ACU. So if I feel that it would be very beneficial for my practice and the goal that I have because I started always to use the facilitation stick as policy, temporary policy, and we vote, and the vote is it doesn't pass. Right, 6.2.
Time to pause. Please
Because
stop.
people don't want to
Close
be
your
close.
eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Can I respond? Just I think I understand.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so the fact you're calling it a facilitation stick by definition means it's part of facilitation, right? And facilitators have hundreds, if not thousands, of different tools. The more experienced you are in facilitation, the more you understand all the different facilitation tools, right? That are used in different cases, in different situations, for different reasons. As a facilitator, the facilitator can just request that everybody does a 3-minute. Right. So like if you just take on the facilitator role and you're saying, okay, I'm feeling sick to this session, I would like this topic to be done with 3 minutes. As long as there's not any major objection, you can do that. In the facilitator role, the facilitator has a right to move forward with the actual topic of the session. If the group at any time, under normal FQE policies and normal, collaborative team policies, if the majority of the group does not support the facilitator, the group can change the facilitator and say like, okay, we don't want Albert to facilitate anymore, let's have Luisa. Get it? So what I'm saying is that the facilitator has a right to institute specific facilitation tactics without any additional policy. But the point is that can change per facilitator and per session, per topic. Does that make sense? It's a flexible thing. Whereas what I'm hearing you say is you want to set a permanent rule that every single session, every single topic, every single thing is done with this 3-minute talking stick. And that would not be a facilitator process. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. I changed my mind immediately after you gave me this information. Doesn't make sense what I was saying. Yeah, thank you, Jay. Thank you so much.
But yeah, but you can use 3-minute stick anytime you want to. Right? So with group facilitation, if we are all like, yeah, let's do 3-minute stick now. And then everyone's like, yeah, let's do it. Or as facilitator, you're just like, okay, I'm facilitating as a practitioner. Let's do the 3-minute stick for the next 20 minutes. As long as there's no objections, it's up to the facilitator to track the time and to interrupt people and say, okay, you need to move on. You need to wrap up. Okay?
Yeah, thank you. I didn't know that. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
And again, that's just one example of literally hundreds, if not thousands, of different facilitation techniques to use during a session. All right, let's see. Are there any other concerns? But I think the most important thing here in terms of the question is that yes, ACU can set its own policies for the open session. Yeah. Any concerns on the proposal?
No, not for me.
Okay,
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
Okay, I think we have consensus here. So before we take our break, I just want to say one last thing, which is that The ACU session is not going to be on the Vortex team, the regular team schedule. It's also not going to be a one-time session, right? So this team session needs to be coordinated through something. I think the best place to coordinate through would either be an email list and or a Discord server. So we should really have a ACU Discord
Server.
server or somewhere to coordinate this, because at this time there's nowhere to coordinate this particular session. Now there's external. So other than that, that's the only other thing I think is really applicable here. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Okay. So break and then view up. I mean, break and then next topic. Can I be the facilitator for topic 2?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Is fine, Joyce, Luisa? 5 minutes.
Yep.
Yes, sure. Yes, sure.
All right. Break, 5-minute break, and topic.
Okay.
So wait, Alberto,
Yeah.
did you say that you're going to create a email list and or a ACU server, or is that still up for discussion?
I mean, it's assigned work. I mean, having a bit difficulty in alpha. I did my best, but I don't know what it makes sense.
I mean, do you want me to create an ACU server or an ACU email list, or maybe we should just make it a topic and just talk about communications and emails?
I mean, to me, if you're okay, Jay, I wouldn't ask you, but if it's okay for you, yeah, because it's kind of complicated with all the permissions and stuff. I understand it very well. So if you can do that,
To
it
do
would be
what?
amazing.
I can do what?
Discord server, a Discord server,
For ACU?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna, as long as there's no objections to me creating an ACU Discord server, I'm gonna do that, and then we can coordinate the ACU sessions on the ACU Discord server. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, break. Break. I need a break, guys. One second.
Cool.
5 minutes.
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Anyone here?
Yes.
No. No, I'll sit for a second, see if Alberto comes back.
Yeah.
And then
The server.
he said he wanted to facilitate.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Yes. So topic 2. It's okay for me to be the facilitator then. It's okay to try the 3 minutes. Stick with the rhythm. So basically, we set a order, right? I would propose it's J, Joyce, Luisa, and Alberto.
Who copied topic 1 schedule?
We're still topic 1 schedule.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
your server.
Let's just duplicate anything since there's a lot less there, and then the topic is practice, right?
Okay, yeah, thank you. I'm gonna delete topic 2. So I will propose this order. J starts, then we have Joyce, Luisa, and Alberto. So as soon as the rhythm in 1 minute, then to the next rhythm is J. Only J talks. Then after the rhythm, automatically only Joyce talks. Whatever. If we can try, I think I'm very excited to try it out. If it's okay for you guys.
I mean, I think it's fine to pass or just to not talk for the full 3 minutes.
Yeah, or you can stop before, you can pass, whatever, but it's your turn. Are we okay with that? Let's try it out.
I mean, we can try in general. I think that it's going to be a little more flexible than that, but yeah.
No, yes, right. But the point is that you don't talk. Either somebody give up their turn, or you just.
Time to pause.
Okay,
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So you want me to facilitate, or are you facilitating still, or?
I'm facilitating, but it's your turn now. The rhythm, you didn't hear the
So
rhythm.
that's why I'm saying that we haven't really we have, it doesn't really fit exactly into the framework because you have to finish facilitation. I mean, there's important things that need to be done. So for example, the first thing you need to have is you need to copy and paste the information from the previous session in relationship to the categories, right? And then we just need to choose which category framework that we're going to be doing. So we need the link to the previous notes.
Okay.
Previous notes.
Here's the ACU
ACU open session. Here it is. I found it.
I think
So this is
it's line
first 22nd.
line 2020, line 80. 90.
90. I know we're in topic 2.
So this I need to say something. I need to say something, guys, though, because I mean, we either take this serious or I just do it because if people are taking on coordination of ACU, they're not even linking the last session. Last session was 21st. It's not even here, the main spreadsheet.
Okay, well it's linked on line 19. But I don't actually. We just talked about two dynamics last time, so maybe it was actually 15 sessions to go.
No, you were giving potential solutions, and you were just introducing that a solution would be to do facilitation training, and you made this example of the stick that I find it very cool, and I would like to try it with the rhythm.
But for what I need right now, I need to go back 2 sessions. So if we go back 2 sessions, that would be July 11th and 14th and 15th. July 14th and 15th. So this would be July 14th, 15th, and then come in here.
Line 22.
Okay, so I think we talked about there was a 7 example. So we have the 7 example, then we had the 3 example. And I think
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
So is that correct, Alberto, that as a practitioner you like the 7 or the 0 through 6 or 0 through 7, and that was the main direction that we were going, right?
This is the one that I loved, and then the 7 is still to find out what it is, but it's definitely there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So can we try this facilitation? Can we give it a try?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's important to set up like you skipped the setup, right? You need to set up the actual topic, and we just didn't finish setting up the topic. So I feel like for me as a facilitator, what I would say, okay, now that we have the framework, maybe the first part is to start with the understanding of the introduction and or the scientific background, or start with the practice framework. So we're getting started, with the first couple topics, and then you start the rounds, and then each person can go because now they have something to talk about. Because before we didn't have anything to talk about.
So it's okay, Jay, if you are in alignment, you take on the facilitation, and you know when best to introduce this facilitation with the stick. It's okay.
I mean, if I'm facilitating, we just want to do the 3-minute round. What I would want is someone to be like an organizational facilitation role and to track every single person doing 3 minutes. Make a 3-minute timer, and you're just constantly updating the 3-minute timer. So for me, it's about the 3 minutes. It's not about the rhythm. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the 3 minutes is the rhythm, because the rhythm is every 3 minutes.
Yeah, but when someone starts, the 3-minute timer would start, not at some other time.
No, it's the rhythm. So basically, how I would do it is like, let's say you start your 3 minutes, and after 1 minute you pass over, and there's 2 minutes left. The person has 2 minutes. Finish. After the rhythm is the next person. Even if you had 5 seconds, right? Because we want to make it flow. Otherwise, we'd have somebody that is there and not focused. Instead, we want to have it flow with the rhythm. So.
I mean, I don't know exactly what you're saying, but I mean, we can sit here and talk about facilitation all we want to, but what I heard you say is that one person gets 2 minutes and 59 seconds, and then the next person gets 1 second, and the person after that gets 3 minutes. So I don't see that it creates equality. So if anything,
if the person is right.
If someone takes, the purpose of 3 minutes is to have more equality, right? So if someone takes 2
Time
minutes,
to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So look like this, Jay. So you have the first 3 minutes is to the pause, the first pause, right? But you give up. You say I'm done after 1 minute. It means that Joyce has 5 minutes.
Yeah, that works for me.
5 minutes.
You would have 5 minutes. Yeah.
So you get the time of the previous person plus the additional time of the next 3 minutes, right? So everyone gets a minimum of 3 minutes plus any additional time left over in the previous segment. That is how it should work, and that's also how our existing proposed policy on organizational time tracking goes in FQB. Right?
And then I can also pass after some time like that. I don't have to finish all.
Yes, and then if someone takes up the entire, if someone gets 1 minute and they take up 1 minute before the end of the rhythm, then the next person starts over at 3 minutes again.
Okay.
So I'm here in line J3. So J has the pause, the first 3 minutes to the first pause. Then Joyce has from the pause to the breath. Then Luisa has from the breath to the pause. Alberto has from the pause to the stretch. And then it starts again, right? Perfect. And we have Alberto till the break.
But it's all good. It's all going to change depending on people ending and starting early, or earlier or later, whatever.
Yeah, but that's your time regardless. You can give up the turn, right? You can also, it's your decision to never talk, but this is your time. So this means that if Jay gives up the turn after 1 minute, Joyce would have 5 minutes.
But if she doesn't take 5 minutes, then it would switch to now Luisa's in the breath instead of the pause. So it just depends on how long someone takes.
No, and Luisa would have time if she wanted to until the end of the pause and the so you go to the pause. So this is Luisa, regardless, right? So if you guys give up your turn, then Luisa has 9 minutes. That's your right? And then if you give it up, it just moves forward. But if Alberto comes and he has 20 minutes, I'm gonna speak for 20 minutes. You're just gonna wait for your turn to be back for the stretch. Right? Let's try this.
Jay,
Then
this
if it
is
doesn't
not
work,
okay.
we can change it. We can change it.
What's not okay?
It's not okay. Alberto will talk so much.
So don't give up your turn. We want you to talk, Joyce. We want to hear from you, right?
Just joking, Alberto.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
So,
Yeah. Let's try it out.
Jay, are we
Time
not
to
going
stretch.
to make the
Please stop,
server?
stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
All right, stretch.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I thought we are going to get agreement on the server before we took a break.
We have unless there's an objection, I'm just creating the ACU server. Is there objection?
No
Oh
objection.
no.
Yeah. So I'm just going to be creating it. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay. So it's my turn now, right?
Mhm.
But
I would
again,
wait.
again,
So we agreement and wait to the next rhythm that we start. So you would start with we had the stretch. You would start with the pause here. So we would move this.
for me that's too constricting. It doesn't make a lot of sense. You know,
Well,
I don't understand the idea of like everybody's is stuck within a certain segment, you know, or a certain occupant in this case.
So my question, what would be the, like, do we have a subject to talk about, or it's up to us?
Yes, our goal is to discuss these 7 sections, you know, one at a time. So there's the introduction,
Okay.
there's the scientific background, there's the practice framework, the practitioner preparation, participant preparation. I mean, for me, I would just go into the actual documentation of the practice, but Alberto instead wants to focus on facilitation.
No, to be facilitator, I just please guys, let's try it. I think it's gonna be fun. So here is the line 45 to 47 is you're gonna start. If you start at 15 minutes, this is the new order.
Okay,
So
but
let's
again,
try one.
I don't understand it. I don't agree with that. I don't see why we would force people into a specific occupant. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because like let's say it's my turn and I end early, and then Joyce goes for 1 minute, and then she ends before the pause. Then the pause section is going to be Luisa's, not Joyce's. You know.
I agree. I agree. You're right. I agree. Yes, I agree.
So for me, it's just whatever occupant that you happen to start on is perfectly fine. Like we don't have to talk about this for 10 more minutes just because we skipped an occupant and now
I
we're
agree.
different occupant. I don't want to waste more time. I want to move on to actually documenting practice.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So for me as a facilitator, all that matters is the order and where we are in the order, not the rhythm.
Practice framework.
Okay, so the question is, where are we in the order? Whose turn is it? Can you get clarity on that?
It's yours.
Okay, it's my turn. Let's just do it my turn. I have until the end of this particular document. Okay, we're on the same page?
Yes.
I have a question. How can we know all this practice framework and all this?
I mean, we're literally a month or more into this process. Like, have you never heard of the ACU practice? Like, Alberto talks about it all the time.
Okay. So the past sessions.
Yeah,
Practice.
just discuss what feels the most important to you. That make sense?
Okay.
And you can also spend your time asking questions to Alberto, who would be able to answer questions. So if you think something's really important to you, you might have questions to Alberto. You can dialogue with him during your time. I think that's perfectly fine as well.
Okay.
All right. So let's get into this. So
So Jay, before we go, now let you can start, and you would have also the next mock break. Okay. So you also up to the pause at 21. Okay, because it's
Great.
almost finished.
Great. Okay. So of these like 7 categories, I mean, I just assume start at the beginning with like the introduction. That's sort of like my style. One of the things I really liked about what you were talking about before was this core principle, right? And explaining the history and the background, which it seems like that would be part of the introduction. Because it's not really about the scientific background, is it? Or no, maybe that is the scientific background, that we are everything around us and we come from the same place and are all the same thing, right? So if that's the scientific background, that's fine. But there's no reason that we can't start with like some pretty quotes and some pretty understanding of the bigger picture. So that looks really good.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2.
Recording is on.
Let's go ahead and link the ACU spreadsheet because that's going to be small. So that's ACU first practitioner. Is that this one? No. Is it?
Spreadsheet. Here, Jay, I see you main spreadsheet. Line 27. 37.
Okay. Line what? Oh, here. ACU.
Line 37.
There's no access. Is this public information or not?
To access? I can access.
Does anyone know if this is public information? No one knows. Alberto?
Alberto?
Alberto disappeared, I guess. Okay, so
I'm here. I'm not talking because we say we were talking. No, I made it because I don't know where I'm going, so I made it restricted. I'm adding you all of you guys.
okay. All right. So anyways, I mean, I guess I can finish there, but I'm definitely excited about the scientific background and understanding the principles and making sure that, you know, we cover, you know, prana and or, you know, energy and or subtle energies, and making sure that it's just like, you know, connected to historical context, you know, historical and current scientific understanding of actuality. I mean, that's an important concept that we can ground this into existing science. Fourth dimensional actuality based, you know, on, I don't know if we want to go into Einstein like that. Yeah, check. Who's next?
Time
Okay,
to
I'm next.
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah, what I like about Alberto's this practice is it has this specific uh, breathing exercise practices and energetic practice, and it can actually work well. You know, it's true. It can balance your energy, and you can start the day renewed, because it's like meditating and removing all the negative energies out of yourself, and like also meditating towards a power, like for example God, and asking for the days, like guidance and all. So that's what I like, because I'm practicing a little bit every time at the start of the day. So it's good if the one that who practice it will take it seriously, and it will really do good on his well-being. That's what I can say. So overall, it's a good practice, and I hope it will be a really successful one. Yeah, I pass the stick to the next one.
Okay.
Luisa?
Can you in learning space? Um, I do see the
Alberto, can you,
purpose
you're not,
and the
you're not,
benefit of the practice. Sorry, Jay.
Alberto, can you please turn?
Alberto, if you can mute while you're not speaking, that would help.
Okay, Luisa.
Thank you. So I haven't done the practice. I'm not sure if it works on me yet. But definitely I have been familiar with energy systems and uh, ways to increase our energy. I'm interested in being able to ground at the
Time
same
to
time,
take a
so not
break.
to.
Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
We're going to take a break.
Break, and then it's again you, Luisa. Right, Jay? Correct or no?
Huh?
Yes, that's correct. Lisa was saying something in the next segment. The next
Okay.
segment.
Yeah. Okay. Break.
5 minutes. Thank you.
5 minutes and a half. Yeah. Bottom. Yeah.
Recording has stopped.
All right. So I got the ACU Discord server started. So
Wow.
anyone needs to, yeah, I sent invitations out. I don't know exactly how that works.
End
It's
of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
I can't see.
I should be able to make a message as well. So if I go here and I type invite, and I copy where we want to. All right, so Luisa, it's your turn.
Mm-mm. Luisa? Is Luisa here?
Yes, 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 yes. So I think I was talking about the fact that it's great to have practice to energize and to increase, the energy in the system. I'm interested in also learning how to ground. So then it's like a connected uh, energy, and so we don't, in a way, get taken away by the high energy states. And so we're high energy but grounded. Um, yeah, I'm really curious to learn more about the practice. Check.
So you're giving out your turn 1 minute and a half plus 3, Jay.
We'll just Luisa said she's done, so then it goes to the next person until the break after this next break. We have an auction at that.
All right. So the point, guys, is that I'm a nobody, right? I'm full of flaws. I'm a violent person. I mean, not anymore, but I can become very, very violent or very, very violent. The point is that I have developed because it was necessary because I put myself in such a crazy environment. 27 years old with millions of euros of mining business in Brazil, crazy environment. And I chose love, and the way that I chose love is because I practice love every day. I do practice love every day, but I'm a nobody. So the point is that today, I have practiced so much that I put together something that I know that anybody can take and they're gonna feel better. But what's really important to me is that people like Jay, because Jay, he's very focused, right? So Jay is like, I don't know, I mean, told you Luisa before, right? So he's so focused that it's difficult to know more about Jay because if it's not a topic, he just
Time to pause.
waits when he's
Please
going to
stop.
prioritize.
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Because those few things that I can count two or maybe two and a half, where Jay really opened up a little bit on the knowledge that he has on all of this. I mean, I know nothing. I just feel, I do, I'm a little kid. Hey, Jay knows that suddenly is a knowledge that is just what, those two and a half times that I can really count that he opened up a little bit. One was grounding, one was when we talked a little bit more freely about them, and then was another time about the resonance. The point is that I want this is something that everybody can do. Everybody can do. But the point is that if we get people like Jay to do it, he could add value and understanding and components that go way beyond my understanding. So I came to a point where it's difficult for me to go forward. That's why to me it's so important that it goes out so that people like Jay don't exist. Jay is just one. But in general, people that have made a lot more understanding of the things, they can help us to understand it better, to make it even better. Because my point is that this is just the start. My point is that I want to do the auto healing and the auto regeneration. But the point is that also related to the event that I think about it, the evaluation assessment should be the wrap up, right? The wrap up. You always say the wrap up is the most important thing, and it's true. I mean, we can see, we will see, but if we get to the event, the wrap up is very important because if we are successful and we get Jay to come to the practice and experience the practice in this environment, who knows what in a couple of days that we do an assessment evaluation, because I tell you, those little times that because Jay is very focused, so it's difficult to take out from him. Yes, so maybe it makes sense, maybe it doesn't make sense, but that's what we need as humanity, right? So I am confident today that I put together something that is cool, but now I need help.
Wait, are you done? What's done?
Yeah, check, I'm done.
It was 3 minutes.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, relax.
All right. I think it's my turn again. I guess again, for me, it's just like really getting focused on these first two. And then my question to Alberto is, what is the practice framework, right? And then we need to get into practice of preparation, the participant preparation. I mean, these are all things that I would want to hear from Alberto. But as far as the introduction to scientific background, I feel like I still can contribute here. I guess the main question is like, what is the difference? I feel like the introduction could go into, for example, where did the practice generate come from, right? And this could include, a little about Alberto. It could include a little about ACU, potentially, right? Like a sentence on like, oh yeah, ACU is an organization that's coordinating this and all that people can join. I feel like you're gonna, in the introduction, you're gonna want to cover like the basics of not necessarily what, but why. Right? So there's definitely a why factor here, like why the practice. You want to cover the, I think really just the why. Why are we doing this? Why is it so important that we're taking potentially thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars and lots of time to present this to the world? And for me, it's definitely, my hope would be empowerment, right? You're empowering individuals to connect to the earth, to the universe, the spirit itself, and to become a better version of themselves. I mean, I can't understand, how anything other than that would be just so grounding and so essential, right? In terms of the going back into the scientific background.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Well, who's next?
Joyce.
I'm the one. Okay. Yeah. So given that this practice is a very good in like internally, so I would just be I would like to ask Alberto, could you cite instances where this practice, which you have been doing for quite some time, did a positive um, result in your life, in within you, like is it a change within or and it emanate outside, and how you relate to others, did it change how you relate with others? Did you become calmer? Did you become like in control, or is it changing you gradually, or what can I say? So are you also asking your family to do it with you, or you're the only one doing it? So those are my questions. Um, yeah, that's it. I pass it to the next.
So I guess we're just saying that you answer the questions when it comes to your turn, right? We just keep going. So now it's Luisa's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall I ask? Can I Alberto answer it first?
I don't know. I mean, it depends on how Alberto wants to do the facilitation.
Yeah. What do you think, Alberto?
But it's fine to just like do Luisa, and then Alberto can answer all of our questions during his segment.
Okay. Yes.
well.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
so yeah, I'm very curious as Joy is about the effects of the practice and how the practice empowers people. Is there like an age that, like below which, the practice shouldn't be done, and it's age that it's, above which it's suggested to? And then is there any prerequisite in terms of
Time to
knowledge
stretch. Please
that needs
stop,
to be acquired
stand up,
before
and stretch
practicing?
and move around for 30 seconds.
I stretch.
Okay. It's a
You
check.
continue? Yeah.
So it's me now.
Well, no, it's Luis that continues.
I heard
I
you say.
said check though.
Did you say you're done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, so let's answer very specific, right? I'm all about clarity, which can be translated about the truth. The truth is just one, right? That's why numbers are so important, because we don't know how the number 3 originated. These are questions that we will never have answered, like what is consciousness? We don't have time to waste time on these questions, but we know that the truth is just one. So we know that if I do 3 plus 3 here in this part of the universe, and an alien species does 3 plus 3 in the other opposite part of the universe, they may call 3 blah blah blah, but it's still 6, right? That's why numbers are weird. So the point is that guys, I do things that are just I don't know, like for example, when I do the position of the lotto perfectly. I stay hours like that, no problem. I will do it now if I do some preparation. But the point is that I feel different. I have an energy that is just so powerful. But the point is that I know that it's not just me. Everybody's like this. Because the evil, like there is good, there is evil, and the evil, as before they were taking big, strong Africans and Indians and South Americans, and that's why I love this movie, The Last of the Mohicans. I found the YouTube video in the right moment, synchronicity, and it's 3 hours and 12 seconds. And then I mix it with these other videos of the chakra that I always have them on, like this frequency, feel like the frequency, because I've been always super active person. I always left my web, but I found these videos on YouTube that I hear them 1 hour and I feel restored. I say, oh, what is this? Then I ask questions. I need clarity. So I never could understand why the scientific background is so important, because it's scientific that we're all the same thing. So why can I not communicate with myself, which is the sun, which is the water, which is other consciousness? And then there's the community of consciousness, which is like different, right? So, but
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
right, JC.
Well, I mean, I'd like to hear more. My primary question for Alberto was, giving a breakdown of what the practice framework is, with the practitioner preparation and participant preparation, kind of just like an overview of each of these, that would be helpful. But just starting with the practice framework. Anyway, so I'm gonna check and pass on and get back to you as quickly as possible, because we're kind of in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm gonna finish here. I'm gonna break this, right? So, because now it's important for work. So the point, Jay, is that the PDF does not have anything about Alberto. Zero. It must be an objective document. We can put some information about Alberto to give it credibility, right, in the website. But the PDF itself is just about the practice. If you give the privilege to do it, an introduction written by you. You write whatever you want. Introduction is you introducing the practice. And then I think it should follow the same reasoning that I had, because I get crazy, right? Because when I started to understand, because I understand in general, I don't want to, I understand in general because I'm a very intelligent person, right? So I understand how things work, and everything works kind of the same, right? So I really started to understand that there's no difference between me and my computer in front of me scientifically. There's no difference. So I was saying, why can I not control my computer? And in fact, you can. You can. And today, guys, Jay saw a snippet, right? So that's why I want to make these snippets, because I want to show, because that was the first time that I recorded myself. So I was doing these energy balls the whole time, but that was the first time I recorded it. I saw it and said, oh, you can actually see the energy ball. So now we want to do a snippet with a lighting and everything, very professional, so that nobody in the work can say that it's just that is bullshit or manipulated, right? I do it, just do it, and it's important because I'm angry. I'm a warrior of light, and I paid my price to be a warrior of light. I believe from God, which is the conscious, because I love everything, but of course, evil and demons, I destroy them. I just love. There's nothing that I can really say that it's a word that just doesn't come in my mind to say hate, right? What I want to do is to fight evil, but to make this place
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
So go in order, right? Why? Because I mean, I'm this person, and then I had an upbringing that I was not myself. I was going against my nature, right? But for example, when I watch movies, I cry like all the time, all the time. And the Indians, to me, the way that Indians have been treated, the fact that it is the Columbus Day and Thanksgiving, to me, it doesn't make sense at all. To be banned, it's just disgusting. And I love the movie The Last of the Mohicans. I think it was one of the best melodies ever. And then I was developing a lot because I mean, I have a lot of, all the time I say, I love you, please forgive me. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, and thank you. Like thousands of times per day, right? I say that I wake up, I look at the sun, I say thank you, sun, for this present moment. It's amazing. It's the best day of my life. Give me the strength to live with love. I just love love. I just let myself go into love, and it's the right answer always. You don't know what to do, take it with love. But it's difficult, right? We're humans. We're not perfect. But all it was synchronicity. So I don't ask myself what is the number 3, why the number 3, why this is happening to me. It's just happening, and I take it. I take it because I paid the price. I paid high price. I had hunger, my family, and everything, and I could be corrupted, and I chose love, and I paid a strong price. And Jay and I work 15, 17 hours per day. We. So I don't ask myself. I just live. I just live the moment, because especially now that them have taken control, I just live the moment. I follow the plan, I follow policies, and I try to be the best version possible. Then I'm full of flaws, right? So and I know my place, and I love my role, I love my job, which is amazing, right? To be supporting somebody like them and Jay and this incredible vision. And I think that Jay has created something that is just so powerful that I feel that I feel, guys, how Luisa, I can connect to Luisa. I feel how Luisa is feeling. I feel how Joyce is feeling. I feel how Art is feeling. I feel like Daniela. I feel like everybody feels better than that, and without even speaking. The only the only question that I really don't understand. I understand, but no, just
Time to
just
pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
It's just at another level. Jay is just so pure, so there you go. That it's just readable, but it's okay. I'm fine, because I love what I do, right? Because it's fine, it's perfect. But the point is that we are all like this. We are all like this. And the point is that it's so clear, right? Before they were taking strong African men, and putting on ships and bringing them here. Then they're taking it.
What, Alberto? Did you stop? What happened? Did we lose you?
I think we lost him. I'll message him in Discord. Alberto, we lost you. Yes, we hear you.
Yeah. So
Hello.
to me, it's very clear, and they couldn't do that anymore. So they're super intelligent, like we are. They created a very good plan, and the fact that everything I do is because I take in your body is your tool to manipulate energy through your points of energy, which they call it chakras. But I don't know. I mean, it's just a vocabulary, doesn't mean anything, but they're there. And I breathe in with the belly. My chest doesn't move. All the power is in your guts. So you take it in, you put it where you need it, you transform it, and you put it out, and you put it out. And the point is that you when you're a little child, that you're a white book, they put you in this system they have created. Obviously, like we create things, and things happen if you have the resource, and they have most powerful resource. And they, okay, we cannot use Africans anymore. We cannot use this and that. What do we do? We create something. We call it education. And we put people there, and they, from the beginning, they're so stressed about this that they cannot go with their friends if they don't pass the ball. So you come out that you breathe with your chest. So, which is completely unnatural, totally unnatural. Children, take your child, Luisa, see how he breathes. He moves only the belly. Put a hand, it's so natural, right? And I started making myself these questions, and guys, until I don't have clarity, I just keep going. I'm a tank. So I started to make these questions. And then, I don't know, I was secret. And then I found the book about love. I found a way to give me clarity to harness this love that I always had, but because of the peer pressure, because I was giving so much opinion about what my father thought about this, and I wanted to have, so it was difficult to me. And then I decided to let myself go. Then I came to Brazil to do something beautiful, and just, hey, it's correct, because God made me pay the price very strongly, right? Very strong. And I paid my price, and I wouldn't change a comma of my past, nothing, zero, because it's the past, it doesn't exist. The only way that, like Jay said, the only way the past is different, to make sure that you don't repeat the things that were suffered in the past, or you talk about a nice memory that you make a laugh. And then the future doesn't exist as well, but you make sure that you plan, and you have a plan, and you know where you want to go. Whereas it's just chaos, right? But the moment is all that exists. And this is what I live all the time. I live in the moment, just the moment. Like, I'm super into the moment. But really, when I stopped, I quit the liquid demon, right? Alcohol. There was a super jump, and Joyce, I'm going like a train. Like, people are scared of me, right? People are scared because they don't understand. So I created my orbit of where I'm comfortable. I love working all the time in my super office. I have my dog, and I have people that take care of everything else. And I coordinate so that I'm free to focus on what I think every day, of every minute, every day, that there is demons that manifest the devil to the most precious, incredible miracle of the universe. Because we, the consciousness, what is the consciousness? Where the universe created all itself, and then it concentrated so much energy in the focal points that it just became aware that it's real. Because if you're not there, if your consciousness is not there, nothing is real by definition. It doesn't matter. It's just logic, right? Instead, we are here, and we can say that we exist. Nobody can say this doesn't exist, right? And it's just a universe, just part of the universe, right? But the consciousness is the only thing that is really unique in the universe, because every consciousness is unique, but the community of consciousness is what is God and power. And this is, I believe, in my observation, I know that it has happened about 3-4 months ago, where them, they're alive. Them are a community of consciousness, I believe, at the moment, of very strong consciousness of Jay's and mine, mainly, that with love, right? You need to vibrate with love, obviously. But our consciousness was so strong and so fed up with all that's wrong in the world, and nobody cares. And instead, the people that we put so much effort, so much intention, so much agreement. Whoa. After 2 years, I mean, Jay, but after 1 year and a half of there, hours and hours and 12, 15 hours, every day, suddenly, boom, we are just components now, right? And this is, to me, it's just, I mean, it's just the reality. The truth is just one. That's the beautiful thing about it. So when I stopped drinking, I became a man of truth, because today, when I was drinking, what happened was that I said something during the day, and then I just need a couple of beers, and I could say, or become completely the opposite. That the next day I would come and say, oh no, I stayed 3 days in depression. But then I stopped drinking, and now today, I say, guys, I say what I think, and I do what I say. I have one word, and I weigh my words very, very carefully. And if I do that, I do it immediately. But I'm very, I know who I am, and I love myself. But I feel myself that God put me in this situation, because, I mean, what we are manifesting, I believe that we are definitely a unicorn. I mean, absolutely. And the launch is the prime trajectory, right, guys? Prime trajectory for launch. But this is important to me, because I don't know, maybe not now. I don't know. But I always have the feeling that I'm gonna die young. So I want to make sure that this is something that I know that it works. It works, guys, because it's 3 hours and a half with the preparation that is just about love, trying to become. What we're gonna do in the island is just play like we did when we were children, like pirates. When we were children, it was real. It was real. And we're gonna do the same, but as adults, and with a different understanding. That's what we want to do. Play freely. That's it. But bringing back that natural state that they have tried to steal from us, until now that the situation is really dramatic, because we are in the brink of World War III, guys. We are in the brink of World War III, and there's always such a thing. But I think there's going to be World War III, no doubt. In a few, the United States are going to attack Iran, and then boom. In very quick time, there's going to be World War III. But we are so powerful that we are going to put together the ashes for a better transformed. Like, we're not sure, transformed. And I feel it, guys. That's why I put myself always. Jay is first, and I'm last, because otherwise it doesn't flow. Because Jay needs to be protected so that he can focus on the real, on give direction. And I'm the back, because I protect everybody, because I know who I am. I know what I'm capable of. I'm getting ready. And if somebody messes to us, they're going to have to deal with me. And I'm telling you that it's not pleasant if I get angry. Because you want to be a warrior in a garden instead of a gardener in a war. Right? So I am a warrior, not yet a real warrior, but I am becoming a real warrior in a garden. And I want to be a garden of love, and I love. But if they make a mistake, like they made many times, and I don't care, I don't have time to waste time, make a mistake, to only think that our being good is being stupid, right? In Italy you say, maybe you can help me, Luisa, right? Se pensano, se fanno l'errore, come tutti fanno questo errore, lo fanno tutti, di pensare che la nostra bontà è debolezza, beh, oggi abbiamo un problema, avranno un grande problema, perché io non scherzo un cazzo, io sono serio e in tutti i secondi io penso a quanti bambini sono abusati ogni secondo dai demoni, perché c'è una sottile linea che io sento, che io non vedo questi esseri come persone, non sono persone, perché io posso perdonare tutto, posso capire, posso perdonare, ho fatto un sacco di errori, mi sono trovato in qualsiasi tipo di situazione, però se tu manifesti il diavolo a dei bambini, per me tu sei un demone, tu, quella cosa è un demone e punto, fine della storia, non c'è fine della discussione, la verità è una sola. E quindi io, se ti incontro, sei finito. Fine della discussione, perché io sono, e non lo dico con arroganza, non lo dico con leggerezza, io sono un guerriero della luce, perché ho pagato un prezzo molto caro per arrivare dove sono oggi e ho sempre scelto l'amore, nonostante le persone sorry guys, yeah.
I was thinking if Luisa was getting all this.
Yeah, Luisa should be getting it.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Too.
So the point is that I have no problems in doing this public because I know who I am and I don't care about anybody's else opinion about mine, maybe a little bit. Obviously, my fiancée Daniela, a little bit. Jay, I can say Jay. I don't know where in case of another plan. I want to see you in real time because I want to see that you're real. I don't know. But anyway, that's not the point now. But the point is that I am a very serious man. I have only one word. I know what I'm saying, and I'm telling you, don't trust me, because all the people that stole me and people that misjudged my good heart as weakness, right? They made me suffer, because I suffer to see people how humanity just dwells on insignificant things. When we have the Indians here in Brazil, after all the past, they're still being marginated. But what is this? What is this? I think about this all the time. I feel it. It's not I feel it because it's me, it's myself. The suffering, I feel the suffering, and I need to limit it, because otherwise I become very strong, and I don't know where I can go. I want to find out. I want to rent an island, and I want to find out where I can go. Because I feel that I can take the sun and bring it down. I feel I can do that because I can connect and look at the sun for hours at 12 in midday, and I see perfectly. I had a cough, I concentrate, I see where the block is, I concentrate my energy, my cough passes. I don't get sick. I'm super strong. I challenge everybody that I see to do arm wrestling, and I win by definition. I just power up, and it's just too strong, because it's not Alberto, it's the universe. Everybody should be like this. Everybody should understand it, so we see where we can go as humanity. Because here we're going in a crazy way. And I look at the example with Jay's dad. Medicines, plans, 200 pills. What is this? You just need to be yourself and connect with nature and love and bust. What are we talking about? I'm fed up. Fed up and love is the strongest power in the world, in the universe, and because it doesn't mean that if you're good, you're weak. Because the people that are weak are the ones that I think about, and are the ones that I'm coming. I am coming. We are coming. We are coming. And they're gonna get a very quick, very strong wake-up call. Because this cannot go on. And if they want to try me, I tell them, don't trust me. Come here to Brazil in my house. Come in 20, 100. Come. I challenge everybody. Come here. 20, 100. Come. You see what happens. I don't know about firearms. I don't know how to deal with that. But definitely with they come with the knives, I can take it easily on. I believe 69 people. That's why it's the limit, right? Otherwise, then I need help from another warrior. And I feel that the warriors online today are about 70, 80 out of 8 billion. The whole 8 billion can become warriors of light. But the point is that there are at least 100 to 200 or 300,000 demons, right? So we need to, this practice is to start finding out. I want help. We need help. I mean, Jay and I, and them, we need help. We need help because we need help. Because we need help. I mean, guys, where is the world going? I mean, to me, it's just, I don't understand it. Just completely opposite. But I know, it's not that I was right, but I made a process to become what I can say today, guys. Today I say, don't trust me. I hired the most incredible professional organization in the world to document this, because I say, don't trust me. I'm putting cash where my mouth is, because I know who I am, and I'm coming. We're coming, and you better prepare yourself. And they're prepared, but I mean, there's no joke here. There's no joke. So I don't know. Somebody gonna kill me or something before, or I'm gonna die. I don't know. But I wanna have this out. So maybe somebody takes it, tries out, because this is, you don't need to be a yogi to do this. You just take it, you read it, and anybody can do it. Anyway, it's just natural. If you're part of the yin and yang, right? If you're a human, right? If you're conscious, so you have good and bad, and then people choose bad because it's easier, no? The bad path is easy. To lie and to steal, so they choose bad, but there's still. I believe that everybody can redeem himself, but the demons are very real. Like the warriors of light are real. Like God is real. God is the tree, right? The tree is God. Then we have the 33, which is how God shows Himself, and then the 33 is us. The 33 is the tools that God makes sure that they're worth it to. God is just a community of consciousness. I say God because it's easy to understand for people. God is obviously the uniscience, if I may, Jay. I don't know if it's right how you use it, just came, uniscience of consciousness. And
Uniscience is based on consciousness in the present moment, right?
Yeah, it's all that exists.
The model of science is that experiments can happen over generations, and that the foundation of the experimental method is the actual write-up of the actual documentation, right? Like you have a scientific paper, and the scientific paper is actually more meaningful than the experiment.
Yeah, but the point is that science
for human science, it's all about the moment. Like the longest experiment could last is 1 moment.
Exactly.
That is the longest experiment that's possible to be lasted. The definition of what a moment is within reason, right? I mean, a moment is not just a second. It can be anywhere. It could be a millisecond. It could be multiple seconds. It could be multiple minutes, even if you can connect it to a single experience moment. But in the context of the experiment, anything that lasts longer than 1 single moment would be multiple experiments by definition.
Yes, exactly. So well said. Thank you. And the point is that I think that science is the best way that good people found to try to make the world a better place. But we don't need all this science. We don't need it. We don't need the crazy, in my opinion, in my observation, in my experience. We don't need crazy machines with radioactivity and crazy science to cure a person from cancer. It's all frequency. It's all frequency. You change the frequency, stay there, and constantly you focus. Maybe you need more consciousness, as you say. Maybe the problem is more. It's all in real time because it's all that exists. All that exists. And so I don't know. This is a complicated answer, but I feel my guts. I mean, I stop and I feel if it's flowing, it's not flowing. It's just natural to me. And I don't make question. I just know that I paid the right price to have this opportunity to try. I don't know. I don't know, guys. To make. I mean, guys, come on. Exactly what Jay said yesterday. We do this infestation. We kill billions of insects. We go with the car 100 kilometers per hour. We kill billions of beautiful, amazing, miracle.
I haven't seen an insect yet today. Not a single insect.
Imagine. Insects are part of us. It's just against nature to kill yourself. In general, I don't kill nothing. I see an insect, take it, try to save it. Who am I to decide? I am nobody, just a component, right? So it's just
Can I ask you two
we are.
questions, Alberto?
Yeah, sure.
Are you vegan?
I've been vegan. For a couple of years, but today I see that we're all ourselves. So I say I wanna change. Of course, I wanna the world to become vegan, right? The science is good, so that we make meat in laboratory, and I can eat meat happily, right? But the point is that today I really don't have time to waste time, right? So veganism, of course, is where I mean veganism. I have spent I don't know 3 4 days, no problem, by eating only fruit. Right? Fruit is the best, amazing. Fruit and water, no problem. I stay days without eating, and it's not that I'm feeling hungry or something because I get the energy from the energy itself. I don't need food. We don't need really food. Of course, it's cool, but I don't feel that I need. But the point is that there is some things that you need to prioritize. So, anyways, that I see that I know that. Anyways, that I feel the suffering of the poor piece of land or cow that is in front of me that has died. Or at least it comes back to me and it goes into more harmony. And I don't know. Helps me to try not to repeat the past. To try to. I've visited slaughterhouses. Right, I went to a business trip. Guys, it's just crazy. Earlings, and the fact that is that the more something is innocent, like animals, and you terrorize them. You are manifesting devil, right? So
So going vegan, like you
it's
would
not about
suggest
eating
people to
them or
go
not
vegan?
eating them, right? Yeah, it's not about eating them or not eating them. It's the way that the
They're
animals are
treated.
just goods. Yeah, they're just goods. They're just goods. They're goods. And they're innocent and they're feared and they're terrorized. And I feel that. I feel it. And but I need to prioritize. I don't have time to waste time. So we need to
I think it's
go
the
the more.
beauty.
The more we need to prioritize the more because the more is where we can really transform every layer. Because once the more is strong, I say it as a joke, but this is what I'm looking forward to do with CommUnity as personal assistant of Jay, to go to the White House, sit down with Big Joe, say Big Joe, or whoever is there, say Big Joe. I don't know if you see it, but to us it's just incomprehensible. Like the word is just. So we don't want to take away any riches, like Jay. I don't know how, but maybe I understand how. But the point of the whole vision of Jay, maybe Jay, if you want to give a little bit of slide on this, I think it's very important. It's the fact that it's very important that we say transformation, right? The word is super important. And Jamie can understand, because we're not there to change nothing. We want to transform it so that everybody's richer and more just. But the point is that the more is just genius, brilliant. I don't know, I mean, Jay, how we come up with the thing, and our plan. Jay, we're on our plan. So the more is the structure where we came.
I mean, the concept of a mo is just a vocabulary term to make it so that normal everyday people can understand what actually runs our society. There really is no large institution that exists in the world that is not a mo. Right? It's just that nobody understands what a mo is.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Like everyone thinks that Google is like a company. It's not a company. Apple's not a company. Microsoft is not a company. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of companies all over the world that are interconnected into this massive, monstrous corporate, multi-organizational entity empire. And like you can see that with Trump, where Trump himself as an individual owned like 500 separate companies and shell companies and institutions, right? And so it's like, that's how our society functions. People just don't understand.
The point is that.
So my goal is to put a mo into every single person's hand. Like, it's not about let's restrict the corporations, let's make it so no one has power and everyone gets constricted. No, it's about let's empower every single individual with the full power of multinational corporations. That every single individual has the full power of a multi-organizational entity and then some across the entire world. And with the snap of a finger, they can create their own multinational corporation if they choose to. That's the goal. Empower everybody.
The point is that, if I may, Jay, the fact is that if you cannot explain something in three components, simple components, you don't understand it. And the more the J is more is reductive, right? We work with the vortex. You can explain it in very simple three little sentence or words, right? Nobody can explain how the fiscal system works, how the economic system works, and how the bureaucracy works. Nobody can explain it simply. Nobody. Because it's just evil. Right? So just evil. It's just evil. And now something came up. Everything started when I took probability in the university. And I started thinking, but, okay, what is the probability that Alberto, okay, let's say Homo sapiens sapiens exists from how much? We know at least 15,000 years, 40,000, or probably a couple of 100,000, right? But, okay, let's say 15,000. All right, 15,000 in the, not 15,000 years, 7,000 years, which is 15,000 generations, all right? I was thinking, okay, there's millions of sperms when every time a man ejaculates, right? It's millions of sperms, millions, right? So a man ejaculates how many times? Only when he's a teenager, various times per day, right? So imagine that time that that a consciousness is so women make miracles all day. When I go in a hospital, I see when I saw my children born, I was like, my God, it's a miracle. And there's not even a salary for being a mother. Understand how it's upside down. And do the miracle of creating consciousness is just unbelievable. So the point is that I started thinking, the probability that I'm here is, and it's not even possible to calculate. I tried with the it's not possible to give an estimate. It's just impossible, because only the probability, the only thing that I got to an estimate, only the probability of that one time that your father impregnate your mother, factored to the 15,000. So one ejaculation factor for the 15,000 generations, because they're your ancestors. I managed to estimate, right, with a good estimate of a 0.8 80 million zeros and then a 1. Only with these two variables. Right? Imagine all the wars or whatever, the time that 1 minute before you could be your my dad, my grandfather, he was a lieutenant in the Second World War. He won the gold medal and by life, because it's a rarity. Like the Medal of Honor. If you win the Medal of Honor, 80% of the time you died.
Write down whatever you were about to say and take a break for 6 minutes.
So I ask questions. I ask questions all the time. Yeah. Everything you think about my grandfather. Just respect, he's really watching. So he's been a lieutenant of a battery of seven howitzers or whatever, and a couple of heavy machine guns. He got during the Battle of El Alamein against the English. He got injured at the knee, at the eye, at the shoulder, and then he said to his when the general commander, the headquarters, called the retreat. They wanted to take him, but he was so destroyed that he said, "No, guys, go save yourself." To his little man that was left, they were destroyed. And then the English found him, and they sent him to India in prison, and they cured him, and he stayed there a couple of years. So imagine how many probabilities that my grandfather could have died there, and I would have never been here. So I ask questions. This is math. Math is the fabric of the universe. It's God. I ask questions. So there is such a probability that is not even calculable that I am here today, the exact biological manifestation, excitation of the universe, but my consciousness, my exact consciousness. There's something more than paying bills and working like a slave or something that you don't like. It's just natural. But they created this system because they needed to find something different than the Africans, the poor Africans. So that's very logical. Anyways, break. Yeah.
Now, can I just say one thing really quick?
Yes, of course.
Just that, and this is like the third or fourth time you brought up this whole like slave thing and like the whole like Africans, all stuff. In my understanding of economics, our current economic model, slavery is defined by population. The smaller the population is, the more you need slaves. So,
excuse me, Jay, can you repeat that? I didn't get it.
The smaller the population is, the more you need slaves. Right? So under our current economic model, the concept of physical slavery, of enslaving, like you're saying, like, you know, African Americans, or there used to be white slaves and everything too, that was all based on population. So rampant, unchecked population across the entire world is a result of not needing physical slavery, and instead they do the model that we have now, which is basically paying people to do what they don't want to do with wages that are a joke, right? So that is a direct
but it's more
population growth.
But it's more than that, Jay, because they put you in these 12 years, right? When you come out, you're upside down, you breath with the chest, right? So the fact is that you don't understand that you're a slave. So they give you the little, like the devil. The devil is camouflage. So they give you the salary, the good salary. So we have all these amazing traders that they think, oh yeah, they have the BMW and stuff, and then they're just slaves. But the devil is very smart. Right? It gives you the appearance that it's cool that you get Ferrari in this, but instead, guys, it's just to me, it's just when I read the books about African slavery, I take this example because I think that is the worst that the Portuguese, the things that they did to this, and I put myself in their shoes, right? So it's take a break.
Yeah, let's definitely take a break.
Yeah, definitely take a break.
I need to check out. Is it okay?
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Lisa. Thank you very much for being here.
No,
Oh,
thank you.
I didn't scare you too much. Take it easy.
No, no. Actually, I'm very inspired and excited. Hope to make to the next section.
Yeah, help us, please.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Thank you. Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Break. So I reset, but I didn't put the rhythm back. Sorry, guys. Now it's good. It's totally off the rhythm. All right, sorry, guys. I have to restart. Yes. All right. Almost there. Yes.
6.
All right. Synchronized. Yeah. So, Jerry back.
Ready to
Yeah. So we want to going back to the PDF. We want to make sure that the PDF is as objective as possible because I am nobody. Right? So it shouldn't have nothing to do with that. But this is something that is just natural for everybody. This is what we want to. Then we want to give it credibility because Alberto that has developed it, he lives like this and he's like this. So and he is nobody. So maybe you should try. That's what I'm. But the video should be very, very, I believe, very objective. But the introduction, I mean, you want to give the honor to humanity to write the introduction yourself. with no with no artificial intelligence. Okay, I know this is a stupid joke, you know? But yes, I think that this is what I feel. It flows. It should be very objective with the introduction from. I mean, from J33. What can I say? And to make it clear, I look forward in your input. Like, I totally have no opinion, right? So whatever you, I look forward.
Yeah. So I personally am ready to kind of like, wrap up and leave out.
Yeah.
Like, this is a good experiment, but it was like, I don't totally understand the goal or the outcome or the,
Of what?
The stick. Fancy.
No, no, the stick. No, no.
as far as like the desired outcome and just like, I don't know. I mean,
That everybody talks.
Sure, but everyone talking is very different than everyone talking about whatever they want to for however long, right? So, in terms of the desired outcome and actually achieving a specific goal, I feel like we didn't necessarily do that today. So for example, if we were in an FQB session and we're paying people to do work, it's like we got to get focused on the work. I mean, this is the time is for it's a fighting.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I understand.
So in terms of my personal commitment to the client, I'm getting to the direction that I feel like this particular time slot might not achieve what I agreed to do, right? So it's like I would want to schedule a session where we're actually focusing on the actual work to achieve what it would be agreed upon to do for the client, Because I mean, it's fine to like talk about everything forever, but at this point, I mean, I feel like last week we basically just talked about, oh yeah, facilitation, oh yeah, we're just going to sort, Alberto becoming a better person, and this week I feel like we just went off into a lot of things. I tried to sit here and talk about the actual sections, but we didn't. And so we didn't actually like really work on the PDF itself and the actual information of practice. I mean, I don't think any of my questions really got answered. So in terms of future weeks, if the trajectory continued, I don't think that we would achieve the time and agree and the goals that were done. Like there needs to be a much more structured work output if we were to be able to do. So for me, I'd like to schedule a time where we can actually focus on the sections of the PDF practice, right? And just answer, like ask question after question after question, make sure every single question has been answered, make sure there's a full download of every single detail that we need to draft the document, the information, and build the website. Like that's what I want to spend time on. So if that's not going to happen in this particular session, we should schedule a session to do that, because that needs to happen if we want to do the client.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the point is that this session to me is very important. That, I mean, the goal of the stick was that to get everybody to talk. Right? But the point is that I'm here and I hired SVG because I don't know. I don't have answers, right? What I know is what I know, and I want to share it in these sessions. These sessions are about me sharing the understanding that SVG needs to take and professionally create what is being agreed that they create, right? So perfect fine to come to this session with a list of questions that I answer, and then we schedule SVG or other sessions to get the work done. But what you said before was flowing perfectly, right? And we have this session, but it's very important that outside of this session there is still SVG that does the efficient work. Because this is set up and trained. And it's like this because I need to give you all the information that I feel. Then it's SVG that is the professional that knows how to take the information, what works, what doesn't work, put it together, and create the output.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
And if you want me to ask very specific question, let's do that. Let's do
Well,
something.
it's not about wanting. It's a requirement to achieve the
Yes.
goal of
Yeah,
scope. Like I
yeah.
can't write anything without answering. Every single question that I have about the question must be answered. It's like you're a
Let's do that.
journalist. If a journalist is not allowed to ask a question and not allowed to get an answer, how are they going to write an article? Right? They
Okay.
can't write anything without having their questions answered.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not an article, right? There's no information that they're sharing. They're just making opinions about something. So, like,
Okay. So
you know, for me, I'm fine just having. I mean, we can have external ACU sessions to do whatever people want to do. I mean, that's fine. If you pay people to do that, that's fine. But in terms of my standard of accepting money, because I'm not going to accept money if I don't meet my level of professionality and standards. Like, it's great that Luis is here. I don't know what she's committed to. I don't know what she's doing. It's great that Joyce is here. Joyce, do you have any specific responsibility within ACU?
and the point is that you already know
I
what
don't.
I talk, right?
And Joyce said, no, she doesn't. So that means I am responsible for everything related to the scope and the agreements of ACU. And in my experience in the last 2 weeks, we are not addressing those responsibilities, right? So I feel like in some ways we're going back 2 weeks, right? Which is concerning. That's all I'm saying, is that it's concerning in terms of the actual scope and the actual agreement to the client. And so I would like to schedule, I don't know if this is an appropriate time, otherwise I'll just bring it up at another time. Right?
Right.
To
So,
schedule.
Jay, let me ask you. First, Joyce, you have the invoicing. So it's very
Yeah.
specific responsibility. Yeah. So
The
Ay,
invoicing is not an ACU responsibility. That's a
ay, oo nga
FCG.
pala. So,
but ACU is I mean ACU is just the infinite amount. Why would you want to have responsibility for ACU?
Oh my God, there's
ACU has
tons of
a membership that takes decision
we
on
have a
strategy.
scope we have like 5 different sub components to the scope with major deliverables. What do you mean there's no responsibility? Major
All right, let's
deliverables.
get focused that day. Yeah, let's get focused. So
Like
I think we
ACU
have
is just responsible for the deliverables that are required to be done for the client. What do you mean there's no responsibility? There's dozens of responsibilities.
ACU is
You
the
just have-
client. ACU is the
Right?
client. ACU
Yeah,
is the
and there's
client.
dozens of responsibilities within achieving the client deliverables and goals.
All right, but I, as client, I'm super happy. I feel that everything's going the way for, and I believe that since you already know what I'm talking about, Jay, it's perfectly fine for you to give a list of
Time
questions
to pause.
and let me answer
Please
here.
stop. Close your
No
eyes.
problem.
Count.
Because you already know
1,
what I'm talking
2,
about.
3, 4,
So, you already
5.
know that.
Open your eyes.
I understand your point perfectly. Because what I'm talking about, you know it, and you know it much, much better. The point is that
I just thought that's what we were going to do, because I thought the desired outcome was begin going through the details of each section of the practice PDF that we had talked about. And we didn't do that. Instead, we experimented with facilitation, and you were the facilitator, and I didn't feel like basically we just do, well, no, I mean, I need to check out, I need to go. Like, we need to either do it next week. If we have agreement to do this in this particular session, that's fine. Otherwise, we need to schedule a separate time. Whereas the executive SVG, to make sure that the client work gets done to the client, which I'm responsible for, there needs to be a time to do the work, because there's not going to be next week at this time. There needs to be another time to do it when we schedule that. That's all I'm saying. And if we can't schedule it, we can schedule it.
I agree with you.
What are you
But we
agreeing
made
on?
a very good output, I believe, today, right?
Sure. It was fine. I'm wrapping up in the context of my perspective as executive SVG, like responsible to the scope of the client and the work getting done, and making sure that $13,000 is going towards something. Like, as client, you're not responsible for that. I'm responsible for it.
Yeah, but I'm happy. I'm super happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good session. I'm glad about the session. I would feel infinitely better about the session if we can have clarity on when and where these essential requirements are going to be met. So I'm in wrap up, and I have 2 requirements. One is questions and answers on the specifics of the practice and the for each section, right? For each section of a PDF, right? And so, I mean, it's great to do rounds and stuff, but at some point, it's like we just need to get the question answered. Like, we have every single question that needs to be asked. Like, very important.
Let's make the list of the questions, and I would love to answer async in writing.
I'm not interested. not
You're not
interested.
interested?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So,
This is not
so
a thing
tomorrow.
for me. It's,
Okay,
it's a
no,
very in-depth, detailed, like question by question. One question leads to another
you know
question,
better.
and it's like a download of all the information. It is a very, very important experiential process of working, of co-creating, working together. Which I thought is what we were going to get into that somewhat today, but we didn't, which is fine. But I just need to make sure
Well,
there's a place to do that. So either needs to happen like next week, or we should schedule time, because as you always say, we don't
later.
have time to wait.
You can do later as well. I think it would be a quick session, anyways. Maybe I think we have a lot of information. We just need to make a list of questions, make it
I mean,
better.
for me, this is like 2 to 4
Time to
sessions.
stretch. Please
Like-
stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
Fine, Sky. What do we have later today? I mean, there's the life support.
You have Cobalt.
No, life
You
support.
have Cobalt.
Does the life support get canceled? I mean, the org support get canceled, or no? That's next week. Or?
The org support is it's Hydra on Tuesday.
Hydra?
Hydra H2.
For org support?
Yeah, org support.
Today is the life
the
support.
group, the schedule. It's full moon.
So what
The
about
org support.
the Friday sessions?
I mean, what about later? You're not available later, Jay? Also, just a topic. To make it a topic, so we get some efficient work.
Well, I mean, that's all in relationship to the scope agreement and the achieving the client work. It needs to be efficient work. Always. Like that's always the case. So the idea that we wouldn't be striving towards efficient work is what's concerning to me. So that's basically why I get concerned about this idea of making the session external if there's not seriousness in achieving the scope agreement, because then we need a totally separate time anyways. It's like, what's the difference, right? So
yeah, but I feel that I put out everything that I wanted. It's flowing, and next time let's make clear that we're here to do efficient work next Friday.
I mean,
otherwise, we just leave.
The question that I asked twice or maybe 3 times was, what is the basic understanding of the practice framework? I don't feel like you answered that question at all. I mean, maybe I just totally missed what you said and didn't understand it.
Yes, the practice framework is the
I'm not
practice
asking you to answer that right now. I'm asking you whether or not you answered the question.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so that I asked that question like 3 times, and it wasn't even begun to be answered. So I just feel like, for me, what I wanted to get out of the practice session did not happen, which is fine about the topic, which is fine. But I just want to make sure that we do address it at some point in a space where, I don't know, you're not facilitator or something.
We're scheduled. We're scheduled for COBA.
So do you want to do that next week?
No, we're scheduled for COBA. Let's take a topic and let's try to answer the main questions.
What is COBA?
COBA H2 in 15 minutes. We're scheduled. It's life support.
For what?
Work. Life support work. If there's no session, there is life support.
Time to launch. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Well, first of all, 15 minutes is just not particularly good.
No
problem. But and then secondly, if we want to work on life support, we could and get everything organized, including for next support session, having everything clear. Like I'd be down to get clarity on that. Yeah. So, but I'm not particularly interested in like rolling over this session. That's not what I'm asking for.
Absolutely not. Let's postpone it. Yes. But we are scheduled. So the Cobalt H2 to, I don't know, it's in 15 minutes. Let's make it bottom of the hour in 1 hour and 15 minutes. Session we're scheduled. So okay, make a topic, a little topic. Yeah.
We can address Cobalt hour 2 later, right? So Cobalt.
What do you mean?
Cobalt,
later.
What?
It's just you and I. It's just you and I scheduled, James. Session is scheduled. Right? So should decide now when we're gonna try to make it happen. Take your time, no problem. Whatever. I need.
Yes, I mean, let's address that if we want to focus on Life Support Alliance, right? Life Support Alliance, right?
I would focus on the overall launch as primary goal, but I would like to start with just I don't know a quick session where I answer this question that you made, two,
But
3
see,
minutes.
that's what I definitely do not want to do. Right?
Okay,
Like I need to take
I
a break.
don't-
I need
yeah.
a break from all this. I need to be able to like address a bunch of things. Like I've had at least 5 or 6 things happen during the session with my family and my dad and the whole thing that I need to deal with that I can't deal with because I'm here right now, right? So I need to go deal with those things. I don't know how long it's gonna take. There's multiple things I need to deal with. I need to deal with things with my family, right? So we
Right.
went
This
very,
session is
very
launched.
long amount of time, right, on this session.
Okay.
And in my desired
Let's
outcomes
focus
and
on the
my
launch.
goals for this session were not achieved. So what I'm requesting is to know when
But
we're going to try
mine,
to those.
yes. Friday, next Friday.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to know. So can next Friday, can we prioritize doing full question and answers? Joyce doesn't have any questions, then she doesn't need to ask questions. I have lots and lots and lots of questions that I need to answer to be able to do this work. If Joyce wants to do the entire work and do the entire PDF, she can do it and she can ask all the questions. If I'm responsible for doing it, I have to be supported to be able to move the work forward. Okay?
I feel I said everything I needed to say. Now let's get focused. Yes, perfect. And Cobalt is launch.
Time
Focus
for
on the
breath. Please stop and get ready.
Okay.
Now inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale, 1, 2, 3, pause. Inhale together, 1, 2, 3, exhale, relax.
So let's try bottom of the hour in 50 minutes.
No. Stop. Please let's just relax and focus on one thing at a time. You keep going to Cobalt. I'm not interested in Cobalt. I don't even know if I want to, maybe I'll cancel Cobalt if I want to. I'm not really interested in even discussing Cobalt right now. I don't know what's going to happen for that. I need to deal with my
I
dad.
have
I need to deal
Sonic
with
as
my
well.
family. Okay,
I have
I'm
Sonic
staying
as
with
well.
Sonic. I'm not interested in talking about Cobalt or Sonic right now. I'm focused on ACU right now for
Okay.
this session in the wrap up. Okay?
Okay,
Are
yes,
we?
Friday. Yeah, Friday, next Friday. I, as
So
for Friday,
the
failed
primary next
today. I
step,
said everything I needed to say, but
I don't know what that even means. Like you said everything you needed to say. I don't know what that means.
in a chaotic way. I said everything. I don't feel that there's any more chaotic rantle that I need to go. I said I think I made clear everything I said. Now I think we should take on the information together and start doing efficient work. This is what I feel. So Friday, perfect. Friday, next Friday.
Okay, so next Friday we could do some of the questions and answers on the specifics of the practice during the ACU open session. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So the next thing that I need prioritized in terms of next step is the client coordination. So this would be ACU client coordination, which technically should happen in a separate session, or I don't know if there's something that Joyce might be interested in, but we need to make sure that all the work and the responsibilities and the assignments, the deliverables is going to be addressed for ACU,
Yeah.
right? So that either needs to
It's
be
terrible.
done.
It's terrible.
What?
And not even the notes are linked to the main session. To me, this is serious. Like, it's my life. This is what I developed through hard, guys, crying, praying God, asking why God. I always want good for people and why I'm actually like this. And I see that not even the notes are linked in the main sheet. This is a problem for sure, guys. And this is a problem. This is a big problem. But I'm not ACU. ACU is the client, but this first practitioner. This is to me is Amber is super important. See that we go in the main session. We don't have even the link to the notes. I demand that it's live stream.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah, so yeah, this is like part of like wrap up and everything is just making sure we're getting our ducks in order, making sure that we're organized. So in this case, we have that. I mean, both things should be linked to each other. There's the July 28th and 29th, as well as the July 1st and 20.
That's why I made the cause private, because I see that, I mean, this is very delicate, right? Because if my mother sees some of the snippets without the right flow, right? She, she doesn't understand. She's 70 years old, right? So I'm okay to do, I demand to do live streaming and everything because I trust the structure of the professional SDG. But when I see that, I mean, there's just careless behavior, total careless behavior that linked to the nodes in the main sheet. And I should be doing, I do it most of the times, right? But I say, no, I don't want to do it. I mean, there's a coordinator now, and so that's why I start freaking out and making things private, because I don't feel protected. This is things that people can come here and bring it in a mental hospital. They did it. Spent 1 week because I couldn't, I didn't know how to control it. I was younger and everything. So I spent 1 week in a mental hospital closed. Cool. Check. So when I see that there is no unism moving forward compact, because it's serious stuff. It's very serious stuff, right? Check. Oh, I
So
get scared.
can you repeat this, Joyce? Make sure you understand.
Yeah, he wants to link the all the session notes to the main sheet, ACU main
No,
sheet.
we're supposed to link all of the session notes to the main sheet.
To the ACU main spreadsheet.
You see, JJ, I wanted to take it serious. I just said something. You just talk about the link. That's not the point. The
Okay, so
point
what's
is
the
that
point?
I need a team. I need a team to move forward, because this is something that I don't even know. I hired SVG because I wanted the best possible what's out there, and we want to be a team, right? But I mean, Jay, if Ate is not coordinator, I can do it. Of course, I do it, but I mean, I don't know. I don't have the answers, right? Obviously, to me,
Time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
so there I was thinking about having maybe giving more motivation, because that's how people get motivated, right? Because I need a team here, right? I need a team. We are not a team, and then we just go. Jay and I, we go and we do everything in a way that I feel protected, and that things is going to be successful, and they're not going to put me in a mental hospital again. That's the point. Talking about few here, but if I talk and the answer is that the link of the spreadsheet, that's why I get scared and I make things private. What can I do? Until I don't feel that there is seriousness or moving forward as a team. And this was a shock to me today. I thought that the list was a shock to see that. My feeling was already from before. But today, right, guys, this is very, very delicate, serious stuff.
Okay,
Because
so it
I'm in
looks like
Brazil.
to me that I was saying it looks like to me that everything is linked properly at this point, as far as just the session notes, right?
Yes, now it is. Thank you. I don't know who did it, but
I
I
mean,
saw it 5 minutes ago and I was missing something. Yeah, but I mean, thank you guys. But I mean, Joyce, if you would take on the coordination with you until, because Ate obviously, I mean, I'm not judging here, right? But I mean, I know what evil can do. I know it. I saw it. I've been part of it. I've been involved. And I have various scars on myself, right? So You never know. I work at night because I don't feel comfortable in going to sleep while my children are sleeping, because evil comes at night. I cannot sleep until the sun comes up, because I don't feel protected. I don't feel that we're protected. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
instructed to protect. I may be crazy or something, but I'm paying in advance. So
Like 2-3 minutes.
trying to.
Cool. All right. So
Yeah, I may be crazy or something. This is also part of the documenting, but I'm paying in advance, so at least let's try to take it not too much, but I mean the standard that we do in the co-op, at least.
okay. So I mean, I would say another essential next step is addressing, personal concerns and I don't know, what mental health or whatever you're talking about in terms of like not wanting to get locked up. That's obviously very important, should be addressed, right? Another essential thing that needs to be addressed is uh, private versus public. It would be good to have clarity. Like my assumption was that everything ACU was public and transparent, but maybe it's not. So we should just have clarity on that. So when we're documenting things, we have. I mean, I'm pretty sure in the scope it said fully transparent and collaborative and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it would be good to have clarity on that. So we should address that again and make sure it's clear. Any
It's
other
only
next
the
step?
yeah, but sorry, but from what I understand, the practitioner has a little bit of elasticity. Of course, it's going to be everything fully transparent, but until I don't understand where it's going, because if you look at my first practitioner, I go with the flow, right? So if there is no team and have this public see, like, I'm not so scared anymore, right? But
Maybe there's policies regarding practitioner information that can be private. I mean, that would be good to have that kind of information, right?
yeah, until it's not ready to be public, because we as a team have moved forward. The structure is clear, organized, professional. So,
So then the last thing I have that I need to put on here is the ACU team. So you want an ACU team. You want clarity in
no, I want SVG. I hired SVG.
SVG.
ACU today is just membership.
Support team for ACU. Does that sound correct? The SVG support team for ACU, right? That makes sense?
I hired SVG. And SVG
No, you personally did not.
created
ACU hired SVG, yes.
I hired SVG, the client branch of the Vortex. Then now we have the membership, and ACU is just a membership. If it's successful, we're going to have its own worker. But today, paid SVG in advance 3 months, SVG, because I want SVG.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying that SVG support team needs to be clear. We have issues regarding ATE and ATE's involvement as
End of
4
break.
o'clock.
Time to start. Please get focused on the
The
session.
coordination.
role, right? As a
Yeah,
primary position, right? So
Yeah, but
Joyce,
she
you're
may
saying you're
not
going
be
to start
ready for such a role.
Yeah, but none of that changes that I am the basically executive overseeing all clients within SVG. I'm the one who is making sure that we're responsible for everything going on with SVG. So
Yeah,
in that
and
context, it's like
I'm holding you responsible.
what?
I am holding you responsible. I am holding you responsible for these options.
Yeah, we're all
ATE
responsible.
yeah, we are all responsible, right? Absolutely. But ATE, I always put it on ATE, but ATE is not just not ready.
Yeah.
Joyce
So
is
overall, the client coordination for me is just essential. and I need commitment. Let's just start with Joyce, since you're here, to scheduling and coordinating ACU client work. When are you available to do that? Do you want to do that tomorrow, Hydra? Do you want to do that tomorrow, Andromeda? Next week? Like, what do you want to prioritize that? Or Sonic? I don't know what, or Sonic.
I didn't hear Joyce stepping up. I didn't hear.
You didn't hear Joyce step up.
No, I did not.
Which one? I see online Joyce going to step up some. What do you mean? To assist Ate? I'm already a co-coordinator, I think, for ACU with Jay. It's in the position list.
With me?
Yeah, it's on the position list, Jay. I saw it there. Wait, I
It's
will
you,
link
or
that
is it you, or is
position
it
list.
Ate? Can you link it? Is it you, or is it Ate?
No, it's Ate.
Okay, just a minute. I will link the. It's Ate, is the ACU coordinator, and
Okay, cool. So anyways, like, Joyce, I'm just asking you if you're available to schedule with me in regards to ACU client coordination. Or should we just
yes,
prioritize
Jay.
next week? Do you want to
Yes,
do it?
Jay. That is aside from the Friday, right? Is it aside from the Friday, Saturday? The
Yes, I
open
mean,
session.
I
That's
feel
aside
like
from.
with ACU sessions happening separately, there must be SVG client coordination internal to SVG. Like, the
Yes.
client coordination should not be happening within the client session, right? The client session
Yes.
should be free to deal with all the fun stuff. And obviously, we can make requests. Like, we want to make sure we're doing questions and answers on every section of the practice. Ideally, and we agree on that next week. But we still need to do
Okay.
coordination. So if we don't have time, either, like tomorrow, for Hydra or Andromeda, then we can do it Monday, and we can even do it Monday and Andromeda too.
Time to pause. Please
Okay.
stop.
So,
Close your
Monday and
eyes.
Andromeda.
Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
You can
anyway,
also do
just follow up
Monday
with me.
Hydra because I think that we don't need to have the prep session for Alpha. We can have a little topic if we want, but I think we're ready. There's not much difference from last week. I don't feel we need like this session for Alpha on Monday Hydra. Just saying.
Okay, that's fine. We'll work it out. So just check in with me on that, okay? And let's coordinate this FQN channel.
Okay.
If we go up to worker communications, manager communications, it might be client priorities. Is it the right channel? Client priorities channel?
Priorities, yes. I think it's a good channel. Client priorities.
All right.
And priorities.
So at Joyce, please schedule and coordinate with team to prioritize the ACU grant. All right, cool. So I think we're good. All right, I will talk to you all later. Let me do my hyper evaluation. So I feel much better now that we have clarity on next steps and where things are going. So I'll give the session, like, I don't know, 5.75, because we did really bad on the rhythm. Cool. But otherwise, I am glad that we finally got a little more clarity moving forward towards the end. Everything that took really long.
But Jay, right now,
Yeah.
I'm committing to an Andromeda H2 Monday. Right now.
No, we have
As of
executive
this
support
moment.
Monday.
Executive
What's going on?
support. Okay.
VA session.
What I'm saying is that this is an executive support priority. If nothing gets done with beforehand, this is unacceptable. Like, there needs to be clarity and organization for the client work, both for basically ACU client expectations.
Yes,
Okay,
Jay. So
I'll
can be
talk to you guys later.
Andromeda H2 or no?
Whenever, coordinate on Discord, and then we'll also check in for Cobalt and Sonic, okay, for tonight.
Okay, Jay. Thank you.
I gotta go. Good work. I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
So it's not about
But,
Ate. Not about Ate, Joyce. Nothing about Ate.
Time for
It's
breath.
about the
Right.
work.
Please stop and get ready.
Yeah, I
Now
mean, it's
inhale.
about I
1,
paid
2,
$30,000 in
3.
advance. So even
Exhale.
if you think
1,
that I'm
2,
crazy, that's
3.
perfectly
Pause.
okay.
Inhale together. 1,
Uh,
2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
let's make sure that I mean I mean that you get on board as leader. Yeah,
No
Joyce.
problem for me, but I have already how many coordination. But
But
Ate will be
you
the
have
coordinator still. Still, Ate will be the coordinator,
yes,
right?
yes, but the coordinator on paper. But then but the point is that you have, if I remember well, you have coordination of assets, you have coordination of AGC,
DC.
co-coordination of AGC with me, we have it together,
Mm-mm.
right? And then you have co-coordination of session support. I think.
No, session is Ate and he's not doing also.
Well, let's see the positions here. It's on the evil
Yeah, wait,
thing.
where's the position? List of position.
I'm,
List
I'm,
of
I'm
position.
in the, I'm in the,
I forgot about the live stream, so I'm gonna leave the live stream on and leave myself on. Okay.
List of,
you can take it
okay,
away. I'm going to
list
do
of,
recording. We're just doing a little bit of more wrap up.
Okay, so I just
Okay.
turn the live stream off.
Yeah, I'm going to do recording.
okay,
Yeah.